It was delicious.
Oh, it's so hard. Whoever invented this deserves an award.
Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we are here in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and we are going to try some delicious Dutch food.
I think whenever people try to explore different cuisines, Dutch food is usually not on their radar. But whenever we travel to different places, we always try to eat as much local food as we possibly can. And it turns out the Netherlands actually has some really unique items. So come join us on a big Dutch food tour.
Of course, whenever we start a food tour anywhere, we like to begin with breakfast. And I Googled online what exactly Dutch people eat for breakfast, and most things said they have a cup of coffee or a pastry. But I also went on a Reddit post, and somebody said that the only way to start your day as a Dutch person is with the cheapest energy drink and this pastry here, which is a frikandelbroodje. It's essentially a puff pastry with this frikandel or sausage inside. It also has this sticky curry sauce inside as well. I think it's a curry ketchup. And we got this from Albert Heijn, which seems to be one of the biggest grocery store chains here, but they also sell fresh pastries and things like that as well. So let's try this out. Yeah, this totally reminds me of eating a sausage roll from Greggs in the UK. It's really soft, it's nicely spiced, it tastes like a breakfast sausage to me, but the difference here is obviously this curry sauce inside, which I really like. I do wish that we got this fresh because it's a little bit cold and a little bit dry, but I can imagine if you got one of these fresh out of the oven, it'd probably be really, really good.
It smells like curry ketchup. I think it's really yummy. And the sauce is actually a lot sweeter, I feel like, than curry ketchup. You can almost see like how it's like glistening. Yeah, I like this. I like this more than a sausage roll in the UK, I think. Obviously, yeah, if it was warm, it would be better because the puff pastry, you can see how it's like all flaky, would be better and stuff, but I like this. Another thing we're gonna try for breakfast is hagelslag, I think. And basically it's just white bread that we got at the grocery store, butter and some chocolate sprinkles. I think it's actually the chocolate sprinkles that are called hagelslag. They are supposed to have at least 32% of cocoa. Apparently in America and other countries, they often don't have that much cocoa and they have more like sugar and stuff like that. So that's why it's a little bit different. But yeah, this is what people, I assume mostly children, eat for breakfast here. I assume it's like a childhood thing. And I think in Australia they eat something like this too, but like more with colorful ones, but let's see. I assume it's kind of like Nutella. It's kind of weird. It's actually a lot better than I thought. I don't know if it's because it's warm outside, but as soon as you bite into it, the chocolate flakes or hagelslag kind of melt in your mouth with the butter. So it's not actually like super crunchy and stuff. It's yummy. I like it. I would have liked this as a kid.
I read online that this is the brand of hagelslag that you should get if you're gonna try this. And we got the dark chocolate one, but apparently they come in a bunch of different varieties. They also had milk chocolate, which I read is more for children. And then they had some colorful ones. They had one that was mixed with like candy that looked like Smarties or M&Ms. But we decided to go with the dark chocolate, the OG, I think. All right, let's try this. It was delicious. That was a very accurate description. I thought it was gonna be a lot more crunchy. I thought they were gonna have a lot more of a bite, but your teeth just slide through them. And I know that you're supposed to put really cold butter on them so that the sprinkles stick to it. It is kind of a warm day today, but the sprinkles still stayed on quite well. And yeah, this is really, really delicious. 100%, I would love this as a kid, but even now I would like this. I feel like this would be a good late night snack.
I'm not quite sure how this was developed or who came up with this, but it almost feels to me like it's almost like a poor man's candy, poor man's sweet for children. Like my mom used to put sugar, just plain sugar on bread with butter. And this is what it feels like, but it's delicious. And I really like the dark chocolate. Like it really tastes chocolatey, like more so than other sprinkles, so it's yum.
We were just listening to a translation of the last item, and I think that we were saying it wrong. I think it's more like hagelslag, which obviously I'm not Dutch. Hagelslag. Slag. I don't know. I am Canadian. I cannot pronounce these syllables, but we tried. But our next item is called kokosbrood, which I guess is just coconut bread. And this was actually sitting next to the hagelslag on the shelf. And we were like, we need to try this. It looks really bright, pink, colorful, and it smells and looks delicious. So let's give it a go. What the hell? At first, it tasted like I was like chewing strawberry bubble gum, which we got strawberry flavor. But then you chew it more and more, and then you get that little granular chew of the coconut. This is really good and very unique. I've had nothing like this before. Although we didn't live in Indonesia, we did live in Malaysia for a while, and they have a lot of the same similar food. And this kind of reminds me of eating like kaya on toast, which is a coconut jam. Yeah, this is really unique and very, very tasty.
Apparently this has existed since 1954 or something, and some guy, Abraham, I think, I don't know, he decided to make this coconut, I don't know if it's a paste or something, and you make it in a loaf, I guess, and then they cut it into slices. So yeah, I've never seen this either, and I thought when I first saw it that it was just like kind of eating Esspapier in German. That's what it looked like to me, but it clearly isn't. So this is like completely, I think, made out of coconut. They have different flavors. They also have like chocolate, although it's still coconut, but chocolate and raspberry. And there's another brand that's more popular. This one is from Lidl, so maybe this is not the best one, but let's see how it is. That is so good. I am surprised. I thought this looks so dry and weird, but yeah, this is yummy. Why was I not a kid in the Netherlands? I wonder if people eat this as an adult, but yeah, this is delicious. Also the butter that we used, so good. Dutch butter, delicious, but that's not surprising because they have lots of cows here. They make cheese, butter, yogurt, everything. Yum. So after breakfast, we're going to move on to some savory snacks. And we came here to Albert Cuyp Market, I think it's called. And there's all these different food stands here. I think the street has been having a market like this since 1905. Apparently they used to like have stalls here before that even. And then the government actually made it into a market because it was too much chaos or something. And it's from Monday to Saturday, I think. And the first stand we came to is a fish stand. And here we have Kibbeling, which is these chunks of fried fish. And I think it's usually cod. And you can either have tartar sauce, mayonnaise, or garlic sauce. We got tartar sauce, and this looks delicious. And it's so cute in this little boat, fish boat.
So crispy.
So crispy. That is so good. The batter is so good. I usually don't like when the batter of a fish is too thick, and this one's not. This one's really kind of thin and light and crispy. The sauce is really yummy. Yeah, I like this. This is good. Good quality. And it wasn't really expensive. This was $5.50 for this.
I feel like this is almost the equivalent of a Dutch fish and chips. I think this is often served with French fries on the side, if I'm not mistaken. But of course, we have a lot of food to eat today, so this was the perfect little portion for us. And this smells so good. I am from the east coast of Canada. I live on the ocean, not directly on the ocean. So I love seafood. And of course, if you know where Amsterdam is geographically, it is very close to the North Sea. So fresh seafood, fried seafood is very popular here. Let's try this out. That is so good. Just like you said, the batter is really light, which I prefer to like a really thick, deep batter like sometimes you get in the UK. Dare I say it's maybe better than UK fish and chips?
I like that it's little pieces.
Yeah, I do like that it's cut up into these little pieces too. It's easy to just grab a little bite, dip it into the sauce. It's not falling all apart everywhere. I do think that it would be nice with some vinegar or something. That's what I'm used to from the UK and in Canada. We'd always put vinegar on our fish, but yeah, this is really nice. We are now moving on to our next item, and that is some herring. And apparently this is raw herring. This seemed to be one of the most popular snacks that we had to try when we came here. And we love fish, we love pickled fish, we love every kind of fish. We do love sushi as well, so we obviously do have experience with raw fish, but not quite like this. This looks very interesting. Apparently you're supposed to pick this up, tilt your head sideways, and try to eat it that way. So let's see if I can do this without destroying it, dropping it on the ground. or without a seagull swooping in and stealing it from us.
You need to dig your nails in it.
Anya told me that, according to the internet, Dutch people have been eating this for 600 years, and it even has this cute little Dutch flag with it. All right. Surprisingly, I almost like this better than pickled herring because I feel like sometimes pickled herring can be too strong of a flavor. I know Anya loves it, but this doesn't have that strong pickled flavor. You just taste the fish, which is actually not that strong, even though it is raw. You do taste those raw onions. Those definitely pack a punch. I'm gonna chase it with a pickle too. I was unsure if we would like this or not, but it's better than I thought it was gonna be. Not bad at all.
There's all these little bones. It's so smooth. It's so buttery. Like your teeth just go right through it. This is actually similar to something we recently had in Bremen, where we filmed another video. Bremen in Germany is actually quite close to the Netherlands, so they have maybe similar food. We had pickled herring in that video, but they also have something called matjes, and that is raw herring, which is similar. We only had that from the grocery store, not in the video. This one's way better. This one's more buttery and creamy and delicious. Yeah, I like this.
With the syrup here between.
Oh, you want to put some? Yeah.
Delicious. And the other side, we put it on top, so it's very, very hot, very sticky.
Thank you very much.
Keep it
Thank
flat.
you.
eh?
Thank you.
Flat.
I have one question.
Yes.
Do you share?
Yes.
The best way to share is you start here and you start here and you go to each other.
Lady in the Tramp style?
Yes.
Okay,
And
perfect.
the end is a surprise.
Is
Surprise?
that how you do it in the Netherlands?
Yes.
Okay. Even with your brother?
Now,
I do one bite and then
you go away. And I don't eat everything because I don't like it.
Thank you very much.
Lovely day, eh?
Thank you.
We are now making the natural transition from fishy and savory to something sweet. And we went to a place called Rudi's Stroopwafel for a stroopwafel. I think we've only had one of these fresh before, but it was not in the Netherlands, and it was also burnt. The person who made it burnt it. I tried to get one of these before when we were in Eindhoven. We walked by a stand where somebody was making them fresh, and Anya was like, let's get one later. Came back, the machine was broken. Never got one. So I'm very, very excited for this. Now, if you don't know what a stroopwafel is, obviously it's these paper-thin waffles with a caramel kind of spread inside. Now, you can find these at most grocery stores in Europe, and I love the pre-made versions, but maybe the fresh version will be even better now that we have it in the Netherlands. The waffle is sliding around. He said we were supposed to lay it flat so that the caramel settles, but now it's time. This looks amazing. Crispy, crunchy, sweet. This is so delicious. Definitely not burnt like the one that we had the other time. It's very cracker-like almost. Like you can just break it apart, and that caramel goo inside is just super sweet. I can't say for certain if I prefer fresh or the store-bought ones. I really like them both, but this is just really, really good.
Kind of tastes like speculatius, but not quite. So a bit Christmassy. I really like the fresh caramel in the inside. But honestly, I think I like it a bit better when it's cooled off, because then the caramel is more sticky, like more chewier and just more prominent. I noticed that last time too. I just really like the pre-made one from the grocery store, but also they sold them here. So you can also buy a pack that's already made. You don't need to get the fresh one. And you can also get like half chocolate. I think that would be really nice. There's some stores that put like a bunch of toppings on top, like caramel cubes and things like that.
I feel like that would make it a totally different experience.
Yeah, maybe that would be too much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still delicious.
I really, really like this, but honestly, I do think I kind of like the store-bought version better where it's like really chewy. That's the texture that I really like. I feel like when you get it fresh like this, it's really messy. Like our hands are really, really sticky now. So I think that the pre-packaged ones that they have would be super, super delicious. But still, if you are in Amsterdam, you should get a fresh one just to try it out because it's still amazing.
I can already tell, because we're just standing around for a bit, that the cooler this gets, the better it gets. I think I just like them cold and not completely hot with hot caramel that's like leaking and all that. So I'm wondering, if you're Dutch, do you eat these cold? Do you buy them fresh? Do you eat them warm? Do you make them fresh at home and eat them warm? I don't know. How do you eat them? How do you prefer them?
Team cold.
Team cold. So we're gonna have another sweet snack. We actually tried to get this at the market, but we couldn't find it, so we came to this Carrousel Dutch pancakes for some Poffertjes. We didn't actually come for the pancakes, but we came for these mini Dutch pancakes, or at least they look like pancakes. Apparently they're made with yeast and wheat flour, I think. And they're normally served with powdered sugar and butter and sometimes syrup and advocaat. We just got the normal ones. At this restaurant, you can also get all types of different toppings like strawberry, chocolate sauce, I'm sure a million other things, whipped cream. We even got the kinder portion, the kids portion, which is huge because we can't eat that much. I read that they also served them somewhere, I don't know if it's here, with Gouda cheese, like savory versions. That would be
delicious.
good. Yeah. And these have been around since 1745 or something. And apparently the Catholic Church claims they invented them, but apparently that's not proven, and I doubt that's the truth. But cheers. My whole mouth is full of butter. The butter is delicious. Like, they're better than American pancakes. They're more like bouncy. They remind me of German pancakes, but in a smaller form. And I don't really like American pancakes that much. These are so good. Basically, they just taste like mini pancakes.
They're mini pancakes.
But they're yummy. And this butter and the sugar and everything is just perfect.
As Anya said, this is a pancake restaurant. They do sell the large Dutch pancakes as well, which you can get either sweet or savory. We did want to try that, but we just have so many things to eat in this video that we couldn't get everything. But yeah, these look really, really good. And look how cute they are. These are friggin' delicious. They have like a little bit of crispiness on the outside. They're very bouncy, very chewy, a little bit doughy almost, but not in a bad way. You can't really taste like the batter all over your mouth or anything. I don't know, they're just so good. And although I absolutely love American style pancakes, these are definitely up there. These are maybe a close second, maybe even first. Yeah. These are really good. I like these better than the traditional flat German or Dutch pancake, but that's just me. We're now onto our next item, which is Oorlog frietjes, or war fries in Dutch. And these look absolutely incredible. Obviously, French fries, you think of France, but originally they're actually from Belgium. But here in the Netherlands, they do their own version. I think in Belgium and maybe even in France, they're often fried in beef fat, but here they use some sort of vegetable oils or seed oils, I think, most of the time. And of course, as you can see, the one that we got, these war fries are topped with satay sauce or peanut sauce, Dutch mayonnaise, and raw onions as well. This peanut sauce smells absolutely incredible. There's actually a connection between the Netherlands and Indonesia. They actually colonized Indonesia, so you can find Indonesian food all over the Netherlands. But we're gonna actually try some of that later on. So for now, let's concentrate on this. These are so crispy. Dutch mayonnaise is absolutely incredible, but I'm really just excited for this peanut sauce. So let's get some peanut sauce, raw onion, tiny bit of mayo. Let's go. Oh my God. These are easily some of the best fries I've ever had, but what makes it is this peanut sauce and the mayonnaise together. These two sauces are amazing. The peanut sauce is super salty and savory, it's very peanutty, and it's also a little bit sweet, and Dutch mayonnaise is just so tart and tangy, but these, perfect, so crispy.
We actually got these from Vlaams Friteshuis Vleminckx or something, and it says 1887, so I guess this place is really, really old, or at least this brand. And there was a little line there, so it seems to be quite popular.
It's meant to be one of the best in the city, according to the internet.
According to their door too, it's the best fries in Holland. That's what it said.
I've seen at least 3 places that said that.
And they also had other sauces like, I don't know, samurai sauce, I don't know what that is, and truffle sauce, and I guess ketchup
sauce.
probably too.
Yeah, curry
Any
sauce, everything.
sauces, yeah. I've never had this peanut sauce, and I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, not on fries.
Yeah, I've never had it on fries. Whoever invented this deserves an award. Like, this is so good. Like, why do people not come up with this anywhere else?
I don't know. I mean, most people didn't colonize Indonesia.
It's so good, and it works so well with the onions too. I've never had onions like this on fries. It's sweet, and peanut sauce is just my favorite in the world. Like, I don't know, I could eat it on anything. This is delicious. And Dutch mayonnaise is just so rich and creamy. These fries are just so crispy. And these cones are just so cute. 10 out of 10. Would eat again every day. One thing that's super popular in the Netherlands is these vending machines, automats, restaurants, like fast food places. One chain that's really popular is called FEBO. I think they were founded in 1941. Basically, there's this wall of fried foods behind glass, and you either put your money in, or nowadays you can use your card as well, and then you press a button and the little door opens and you can grab your little tray of fried food, or if you get a burger or hot dog or whatever they have as well. We got 3 items, and this one is a kaas soufflé, so a cheese soufflé. Let's see what it's like. That is delicious. It's basically like this really big, like, I don't know, mozzarella stick, although the cheese inside is a little bit more liquidy. It's almost just like this cheese paste. It's yummy, and it's perfectly fried and crunchy. I like it. It's a good snack.
I'm not sure what type of cheese is in this. We were standing inside the FEBO, and one of the locals said that it's some sort of mysterious cheese paste, whatever that means. And the location that we were in actually had a second part to it with live people working and making things fresh. Some of them are straight up just the automat section with nobody there. This thing looks very empty. I've seen other people try this before and it was pretty filled. Ours looks like barren. So let's see. It's very crunchy, which I really like. You can definitely taste the cheese, but there's just not enough in it. I wish there was a lot more. I wanted to like goo out or like have a nice cheese pull when I bite into it or something, but the flavor is really nice, but there needs to be more cheese. Next up, we are going to try the sauté croquette. I'm very excited for this one. I think it's a deep fried croquette with noodles and obviously sauté sauce inside. Let's try this. There is definitely no noodles inside. This is like a typical croquette with mashed potato, I think little pieces of beef maybe in there, and then a sauté sauce, so it tastes a little bit peanutty. Yeah, this is really good. I like both of them, but I think I like this one a little bit more.
This is not what I thought it was. I just did some research, and the croquette that we were looking for was actually called bami. That one is the one with the noodles. This one is just mush. I think a lot of croquettes are mush. It's not really my favorite. Another thing we got is a frikandel, which is a minced meat sausage. Looks like something else.
Like a dried up crusty wiener.
Like an old wiener. Not that I've ever seen one, but let's eat it. It tastes kind of like a breakfast sausage or just like a normal kind of bratwurst, but it does kind of taste more soft and a bit older, like it was just laying around. It's good though, actually. It's maybe my favorite out of the 3.
Like a true German, Anya actually had this little thing of German mustard sitting in her purse. So I'm gonna try it with a little bit of mustard. Whoa, totally agree with Anya. It reminds me of a breakfast sausage, and it is way softer than I imagined. It doesn't really have that snap that you would get from like a sausage or a hot dog. It's pretty mushy, but it's really nicely spiced. I actually like this more than I thought it would, so looks can be deceiving.
So we came to another location of FEBO and got the bami croquette. And I'm really excited about this because I saw it in a lot of other YouTube videos. Let's see. It has all these like green onions or something in there. It's still completely different than I thought. It's delicious. This is my favorite one. This is yummy. I will get this again.
Okay, yeah.
The inside of this 100% just tastes like a spring roll or something like that. You can taste onions, green onions, maybe even cabbage, and then it has some sort of sweet, savory sauce with it as well. But I think the strongest flavor is onion. Yeah, I think that this is probably the best one too. I think the cheese could have been number one if it had a lot more cheese, but yeah, this one's delicious.
As Brandon said, Indonesia used to be colonized by the Netherlands, and that's why Indonesian food is quite popular here, and there are also quite a lot of fusion kind of dishes. And one thing they have here is these toko places. We went to one called Toko Bersama, I think. It's this Asian market type of place that has all these different Indonesian dishes and also Indonesian cakes. And we got this big tub of Indonesian food. It was called rames, which was basically this combo. We got bami goreng, which is noodles, bak choy, tempeh, rendang, which is beef, and an egg. The egg always comes with it, I think. This was only 11 something, and this is a lot of food. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, it was like 12 euros. You basically get to choose one main, so rice or noodles, one meat, 2 vegetables, and you get the egg as well. So that's a fantastic deal.
And Indonesian food is not something that you get in Europe a lot or at all, to be honest. Like, I've never had Indonesian food in Europe before. The noodles taste peanutty, but it's spicy. It is spicy. I was a little bit scared. There's some red things in here, but yeah, I think even the noodles are just spicy on their own. This is the tempeh. Tomatoey, not spicy. Maybe a tiny bit. I love tempeh though. Tempeh is something you don't really get in Europe or anywhere. Let's try this beef. It's really soft. That's delicious. I'm a bit sad that the noodles are spicy. My mouth is already going on fire and I'm not good with spice, but I can tell this is delicious and this tastes legit, especially because it's so spicy.
Unlike Anya, I absolutely love spice. I love Indonesian food. We have not been to Southeast Asia for a long time. So I feel like this is going to bring me straight back to when we lived in Malaysia. Oh, it smells so good. Those noodles are really soft, a little bit peanutty, a little bit spicy. The bak choy has a really nice crunch to it. I just love having a mix of fresh vegetables with noodles and having these sides of meat as well. Let me see. Oh, that is packed with flavor. I'm surprised you didn't say anything because this rendang is also quite spicy. I think that's where most of the spice is coming from.
Now my mouth is already on fire, so I don't really taste any more spice.
The tempeh is really good. It's the least spicy thing for sure. And, as we said, comes with an egg. Yeah, the egg also kind of has that tomatoey sauce, a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy. It's a little bit overcooked because it feels like it's been sitting there for a bit, but this is incredible. And for 12 euros, that is insane. We've bought some pretty expensive foods while being here in Amsterdam, but this, such a good deal. Yeah, I love this. And if we lived here, I would get this all the time. We are now moving on to a little Indonesian dessert, and this is called spekkoek, which apparently in Dutch means pork belly. I don't know if that's because of the layers here. Bizarre. It smells really good, as Anya would say. It smells like Christmas. It smells like clove and cardamom, all these festive smells. Let's try it. The taste totally reminds me of gingerbread, except it's obviously this soft cake. That's really good. I feel like this is not the kind of flavors I expect from Indonesia. So I don't know if this is like an accumulation of flavors, of Dutch flavors and Indonesian flavors, but this is really, really nice. It smells so good.
That is so weird. It tastes like Christmas. It tastes like nuts too. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making this up, but it reminds me of oblaten. You know, the gingerbreads that we got in Nuremberg? That inside, like,
Totally.
It's so delicious. And it's so soft and you can almost like feel the different layers. Apparently this is basically a product of like colonization by Netherlands in Indonesia. I guess a lot of times in Southeast Asia you find cakes like this, but they're usually made with rice flour. And the Dutch kind of made this with butter and flour and eggs and stuff like that. So that's why it's very rich and delicious. Yeah, this is yummy. But we have another flavor, which I'm excited about. So the first flavor was the original, but they usually also have pandan. If you don't know what pandan is, it's basically this green coconut jam, but pandan is also like what, a plant?
Yeah.
So it's kind of mixed with that. I don't know, if you never had it, you need to go to Asia and try it, or I guess come to the Netherlands because they have this cake.
Yeah, it tastes like vanilla and coconut.
This is a lot softer. It's like, I don't know, you just like glide through with your teeth. It's so soft, spongy. Yeah, so spongy. I don't know if I taste loads of pandan in this. I wish there was more. There's just like a hint. I feel like you can also see that this one doesn't have like thick layers like the other one. So nice and buttery and rich. Yum, but I wish there was more pandan.
Pandan is a flavor that we absolutely love. We used to get it quite often in Vietnam and in Malaysia. It's probably one of the most popular flavors of desserts when you are in Southeast Asia. And as I said, it kind of smells like vanilla and coconut mixed together. It's really, really good. And usually the things that are pandan are colored this bright green color because they use pandan extract to make it look green like this. It smells really good, but it smells completely different than the other one. Yeah, the texture is quite different, I feel like. This one is very soft, as you said. It tastes like a pound cake to me, something like that.
Pretty buttery, I feel.
Yeah, it's very buttery. There's probably a lot of butter in this. It's not overly sweet either or anything like that. Again, just like you said, I do wish it had a stronger pandan flavor. You barely taste it. I feel like maybe you smell it a little bit more than you actually taste it, but still really good. I think I prefer the texture of this one and the softness, but I like the flavor of the other one better.
Yeah, I think same.
Yeah, but both really good. And if you come to Amsterdam, you should definitely try this.
We now are going to eat a snack that is really popular in the Netherlands and also in Scandinavia, I guess, which is licorice. And here it's called drop, I think. And we got zout flavor, like, which I think is salt. Yeah, this one was just from the grocery store. There's actually a really cool looking shop in Amsterdam that has like old school licorice, but it was closed today. So we decided to just get some from the grocery store, especially because we're not the biggest fans of licorice, but we still want to try it. And this one says the best or something. So it's like the best.
Number one best.
Number one. I don't know if that's true because it was the cheapest one they had. And it's these little coins. I think it says like $1 and stuff. Oh, it's so hard. I don't know if you're supposed to suck them. It's not very salty. It just tastes so much like sambuca, like more so than other licorice, I feel like. It's a bit sweet, actually. Like, I don't know, this one says mild zout. I think there's like more and more salty ones. It's not terrible for licorice, but I probably wouldn't go for more. But I think if you've never had it, and if you come to the Netherlands, you should try it. But I don't know why people eat this. You tell me, viewers, Dutch viewers, why do you eat this?
Long before our YouTube days, we went to Scandinavia, as Anya said. We went to Sweden. We also went to Finland and Estonia, and they love licorice there. And I think there it's called salmiakki. They had a liquor flavored salmiakki. They had ice cream flavor. We tried all those things. Didn't like them then. Can't imagine I'm gonna like it now. I don't really like any sort of licorice flavored things, but I'm always willing to try it out. I remember when we were in Scandinavia, we did try the ones that are very salty, and those ones to me are pretty much completely inedible. They were so salty, like somebody dropped them accidentally into a bag of salt. So this actually isn't that bad. Again, just like Anya said, I would never choose this, but it's not terrible. Maybe the older I get, when I'm a grandpa, eventually I'll like licorice, but today's not that day. As usual, we are going to close this video out with some alcohol, some local alcohol. So we picked up some Jenever, which is essentially Dutch gin. Apparently this predates gin that was made in the UK, so it's even older and has an even longer history. I don't know that you're actually allowed to drink in public in the Netherlands, but we'll make this quick.
So, but
Oh well, we're rebels. The guy at the liquor store actually told us that people sometimes mix this with Coke, which I didn't read online, but that seems strange. And he also said that in a bar, people have this and then they chase it with beer, I guess. But we don't have beer, so let's just try it straight up. This doesn't taste like gin to me at all. Much like the guy said in the store, I think this tastes more like vodka. It's interesting because it is a juniper liquor just like gin, but it tastes quite different. I don't think it tastes as herbal. Maybe that's just this brand though. I don't know. But yeah, not bad. Burns a little bit.
Prost. I mean, usually I don't drink gin straight, so I almost don't even know what it tastes like because I always drink it with tonic. But yeah, this might taste a bit different. More like the Polish vodka we recently had. It's good though. I would drink this. I read that when you drink it in a bar and stuff, you often get it in like a tulip-shaped glass, or at least that's traditional how you drink it. I don't know. That would have been nice, but we're just drinking it in a park illegally. This is it for today, but we actually have another video where we tried some other dishes in case you feel like we didn't try every Dutch dish in this video. We tried bitterballen, snaat, stampot, and other things, so make sure to check that video out.
That is it for this video, so if you did like it, please give it a like, write us a comment, and by far the most important thing is to hit that subscribe button. But that is it for now, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye!